Hello and welcome. If this is your first time here, my name is Courtney and my channel is all about connecting with crystals, learning about their metaphysical benefits, and really just becoming aware of this unique energy that's available to all of us. So thank you for joining me. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a stone that brings me so much calming energy. It really soothes my anxiety and brings forth a connection with the divine that feels so good. This was a highly requested crystal to cover in a crystal meaning video, so I'm super excited to dive into the crystal meaning of Howlite. If you are a returning subscriber, let me know by liking this video right now, or if you're just excited to dive into Howlite's crystal meaning, give me a big like. It really does help me out. Little disclaimer, it's a little cloudy here in LA today, so the lighting might change and shift throughout this video, so sorry if that is a little distracting. Some keywords for Howlite are calming, tranquility, and peace. Howlite consists of hydrous calcium borate and often creates little nodes on top that look like cauliflower heads. Howlite is a 3.5 on the Mohs hardness scale, so technically it's not really one you want to have in water. However, if you are cleansing your Howlite and you kind of like just dip it in water for a little bit, that's okay. It's just the stone is a little porous, so you don't really want to keep it in water for an extended amount of time. Howlite is found in Nova Scotia in Canada, the United States of America, Germany, Pakistan, Turkey, Russia, and the warmer shores of Mexico. Howlite has a beautiful white color, and I actually have a few examples that I'm going to be sharing with you right now. You can see it has like this beautiful, like snowy white, peaceful, calming color. Something interesting about Howlite is that a lot of sellers will take Howlite and dye it blue to try to sell it as turquoise. This is very common and something to be aware of if you are looking for turquoise. You don't want to buy dyed Howlite because it's not authentic. So if you ever are shopping and you see something called turquoise, which is blue Howlite, which is dyed Howlite, that's how you know it is a dyed man-made Howlite stone. So I actually have an example of what turquoise looks like. This is a piece of turquoise, which is dyed Howlite. The chakras that are associated with Howlite are the crown chakra. Howlite provides wisdom and enlightenment. It connects with higher realms by activating your crown chakra. This connection removes any fog to see where your truths lie in your life. Howlite is a great meditation tool because it can help you focus your mind while simultaneously calming it. It provides serenity of the mind and removes any distracting thoughts. It is a go-to for stress removal and anxiety because Howlite is a powerfully calming stone. It gives you space to process your emotions so you can feel happiness and contentment in all aspects of your life. I remember the first time I saw Howlite, I kind of wanted to test my intuition in guessing what the metaphysical property was of the stone before I read it on the display card. And I just had this feeling when I was looking at Howlite that I just felt really calm in that moment. I felt like very connected with my center, and I felt like this stone has to be a calming stone. I just feel so peaceful in this moment. And when I read the card, it was exactly that. And I was like, oh wow, I was right. So immediately, kind of when you are connecting with Howlite, when you visually see Howlite, you will feel a sense of calmness really wash over your body. Something that I find really interesting about Howlite is that it is such a calming stone while simultaneously being a crown chakra stone. I would say more often I find that root chakra crystals really bring this grounding energy to me. And this being like a crown chakra crystal, you know, we can feel this divine connection when we're holding Howlite, but we're also feeling so grounded in our bodies. So it's a very interesting stone in the sense that it opens up our crown chakra, but yet we feel so calm and grounded in that moment. It's actually pretty nice. Howlite can make positive impacts on your sleeping cycle if you suffer from insomnia. Excessive thoughts before bed can lead to unpleasant sleep or make you feel exhausted the next day. By placing Howlite on your nightstand or under your pillow, the calming effects of Howlite can make you fall asleep faster and sounder. I learned about this crystal hack years ago, and I have had Howlite by my bedside ever since. I used to have insomnia, and I really made a point to make a crystal practice before bed to help with my insomnia. I would get off my phone because my phone was definitely the main reason why I was having insomnia. I'd just be scrolling and I just needed to stop. So I started to implement doing something calming before I went to bed, like read a book or have a cup of tea. And I had my Howlite next to my bed. And I started to notice over time that it was easier for me to fall asleep. I wasn't like having excessive thoughts. I was actually pretty calm and I would drift off to sleep faster. So I definitely recommend Howlite next to your bedside if you have insomnia. Another really quick crystal hack I want to share with you that I've talked about on my channel before is pairing amethyst with Howlite. Having these two next to your bedside, it's like the ultimate duo of helping you fall asleep and also like have really interesting dreams if you want to remember your dreams. This is like the best combo. So another great crystal hack if you want to try this out is pairing these two next to your bedside. When it comes to feeling stressed, Howlite is such a go-to that can be your crystal companion when you are feeling like you are in the thick of it. A really easy practice that you can do with Howlite is simply just touch it. It has a really soft feeling to it. You know, if you have it in whatever form really, you know, trace your thumb over it and do some breaths. This is a great stone to do breath work with. Howlite invites you to stay connected to your inner wisdom. Howlite wants to be a gentle companion on your soul. It wants to be with you during those tough times in life when our emotions feel high. Before we take the chance to react to a stressful situation, Howlite wants us to take a deep breath. Not only is Howlite a wonderful aid in breath work, but there are other practices that I love to do with Howlite when I am feeling stressed out or when I feel like I need more of a calming practice in my meditation or before bed, whatever it may be. So I would actually love to share with you some ideas that you can do with Howlite to really give you that calming, centered energy in your life. So the first practice I'd love to share with you is probably my favorite crystal practice, and that is making a crystal grid. If you are feeling like you want to ease anxiety, if you need more of a calming energy in a certain room, this could also be in your bedroom, you could make this crystal grid. I really advise using the crystals Howlite, lepidolite, amethyst, and if you'd like, some clear quartz. Creating a crystal grid with all of these stones will not only soothe your soul and help you find stillness in the present moment, but it'll be a gentle guide that everything's gonna be okay, that those excessive thoughts, that worry that you're having is temporary, and that you are in control of working towards easing that. You know, it's all in our head when we put pressure on ourselves, or we may be weighing more down on ourselves on negative things. It's just a shift in our energy that can really uplift our energy, and we can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Another fun crystal practice that you can do with Howlite is making a crystal elixir with Howlite. Now, I did mention that Howlite, you really don't want to, have it submerged in water for a really long time. And in this case, you definitely don't want to drink that water. What I suggest is having Howlite next to your glass of water, doing the indirect method of making a crystal elixir. If you're curious on these methods and crystal elixirs, I have a whole video on crystal elixirs that I will link up here right now. But I find this to be really nice if you're maybe having a really stressful week at work and you want to charge up your water with some Howlite to bring some peace of mind to yourself. Or maybe you're going through a rough time, you need something, some support, some good energy into your life. Work with a crystal elixir and see how your energy may shift while you are drinking it. And my last practice that I would love you to try with Howlite is probably the most recommended one, and that is meditating with Howlite. Like I said, I love to just sit and hold Howlite and feel it because it's so soft. You can also do this in meditation, Howlite has a way of really opening up our crown chakra so we can receive divine messages and just feel inner peace. We're connecting with this spiritual energy. So have your Howlite with you. You can place it in your hand, whichever hand you feel most comfortable with. lightly touch it and imagine white light energy surrounding your body. You can also listen to some music, while you're meditating, some really calming music while you're meditating with Howlite. It really does bring such a gentle energy to your aura, and you just feel really uplifted and good. So I definitely recommend meditating with Howlite as well. To wrap up this video, I would love to share some intentions that you can program your Howlite with. This is something that I would love to implement in my crystal meetings moving forward, because I do get a lot of comments and questions asking, what would be a good intention for this stone. So I would love to share 3 intentions for Howlite with you right now. First one is great to bring a calming energy to you, and that is, I call forth a calming presence within myself. This next intention would be great if you find that you have, excessive thoughts, you're worrying a lot, you have anxiety. I definitely recommend this intention, which is, I set my mind free of worry and anxiety. That one is a very powerful one, and one that I personally love to recite in an affirmation and also program with my Howlite crystal. And the last intention is really if you are looking to work with your crown chakra, strengthen your upper chakras. If you feel like you have a lot of energy with your lower chakras and you want to build up towards your crown, this is a great intention for that. I am building a stronger connection with the divine. Alrighty guys, so that is it for today's crystal meeting video on Howlite. I hope that you enjoyed this one. If you just got some Howlite into your life, I'm so excited for you to work with it and enjoy this really calming energy. I hope it's your new crystal to keep by your bedside, because that's where I definitely keep mine. If you liked today's video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you are new here, I would love it if you subscribed. Let me know in the comments if you have Howlite in your crystal collection and your favorite way to use it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, and I will see you in my next one.